Welcome to video 2 in this series for the Mini Musicianship course. I'm Jen, as you know, and today we're going to be doing Cinnamon Bear Boogie. This piece uses the A minor harmonic scale as well as the A blues scale. So we're going to practice that right now, starting with the A natural minor scale, which is A to A on the white keys. And A harmonic minor, which adds the raised 7th or leading note, G sharp. You may or may not be familiar with the A blues scale, so I'll tell you the notes of that scale now, and then you can practice it. So the notes are A, C, D, D sharp, E, G, A. That one more time. So it's A, C, D, D sharp, E, G, A. Make sure you practice both of those scales, A minor harmonic and A blues, with both hands before you start practicing this piece. The time signature of Cinnamon Bear Boogie is 12/8 time. This is a compound time signature, meaning that dotted note values are used to represent one beat. So in this key time signature, one beat is a dotted quarter note. You really want a 4 beat per bar feel by the time you're done learning this piece. But at the beginning, because the right hand comes in on a pickup at the end of beat 1, you're going to want to count it in 8th notes. So if you were counting it in 12/8 notes per bar, the right hand is going to come in on count 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. So practice that a few times until you get the hang of that pickup. I would say there isn't really a strong beat or a downbeat until measure 2. The whole first measure is like a long pickup. Make sure you're really comfortable playing the long, short, or jazzy rhythms before doing a lot of practicing with this piece. So the left hand has a really good example of the long, short rhythm in measure 2. So you can say long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, or you can count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or count up to 12 like I was supposed to. You can also flap it. Long, short, long, just to practice. There are a few instances of syncopation in this piece. The first one's at measure 6 and 7, and then there's another one over at 15. Whenever you see those accented half notes, those are the syncopated notes. So I'll give you an example. Here's measure 6. You can hear how that comes in on an offbeat or a weak part of the beat, and yet it's still accented. That's what gives it the syncopated feel. So practice that. If you were counting, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So it comes right in between 3 and 4, but in a jazzy way. Practicing playing this piece with flair, as it's marked at the beginning, means playing it with character. So the character comes from the suggestion of the title, so Cinnamon Bear Boogie. So it's a boogie, jazzy piece, and cinnamon meaning spicy. It's jazzy and fun, and so you need to bring that out in your playing. If I was to play it without any flair at all, it might sound something like this. Which sounds a little bit flat. I'm going to try to add a little bit more excitement now. Yes, it might be a little bit faster, but also I'm just going to try to make it sound more fun. shape the left hand a little bit more, I think. I also try to make the right hand sound a little bit like a conversation, like it's saying something. So if you keep that in mind and practice your flair and spiciness, it'll be a really fun sounding piece. So the dynamics in this piece are going to add a lot of character. The more contrast, the better. It makes it more exciting and more interesting to listen to. In the middle of the piece, the dynamics get softer. There's a mezzo piano marking at 9 and then a piano marking at 17. There's a long crescendo in measure 19. That'll take a little bit of practice because the left hand there has a descending scale and you usually get softer when you descend notes. In this case, we're getting louder. So that'll take a little bit of practice. And also the accents and the mezzo fortes are the louder dynamics, and that's going to make it really exciting as well. There's a bit of a walking bass section in measures 10 through 15, and then a little bit more of that sound at 19 and 20. So practice playing your left hand and envisioning sort of a stand-up bass, walking bass style. Kind of hear the way the strings might be plucked that way. One more thing I want to draw your attention to is the last chord. Bit of a surprise chord. It's an A minor chord, but it also has a B and a G sharp. It sounds like this, sounds jazzy, and that's because the G sharp is the leading note. It also is sort of like the major 7th sound, as well as the B added to it is like a major 9th sound. Sometimes I like adding chords at the end that have a lot of color or a little bit of surprise to them. So here's the whole piece, Cinnamon Bear Boogie. I hope you have fun with this piece, and I'll see you in the next video, number 3.